Yeah, I mean, I think, out of the gate, I thought we were defending pretty well. And at one point, our bigs weren't up enough and our guards weren't locked. Just a few execution situations on the ball and pick and roll, and then also, guys on the back line. And I thought we got a better feel for it as the game went on. The way they're playing in pick and roll. I thought our guys were really unselfish and got off the ball when they needed to. And then obviously, as you spread it out and make some shots, all of a sudden the lanes to the basket open up, and in those situations the ball doesn't have to move; it just has to get laid in. So I'm good with that too.
How would you assess Donovan's game today? It seemed like he was making a lot more of the right reads.
Yeah, I think part of this is we've got a microscope on like everything, every decision Donovan makes throughout the course of the game, and I think he handles it great. And as I've said before, I just want him to make plays. And sometimes that's going to be very obvious what the play should be, and there's other times less so. But I think, I thought some of the little things that he can do that makes the game easier for him is, just to space and be ready when someone else does get off the ball, where he gets an opportunity to like attack a closeout or take a catch and shoot three. He's done a good job running in transition more when he doesn't have the ball, which also puts him in some of those situations. So there's some things that he's more conscious of when he doesn't have the ball, and then I think that obviously makes him even more effective when he does have the ball too. And it can wear you out having the ball every possession, trying to make plays for people. And we've got some other guys that are capable of doing that. And when he can play off them too, it makes him even more difficult to guard. But he did a really good job.
Lillard only had 11 points tonight, but you talked earlier before the game about not having Royce there, but Mike was on him for a lot of the game. What did you see from his defensive effort?
Yeah, I think in combination, Mike and usually there's somebody else involved in the play because it's either pick and roll with Nurkic or a five, or pick and roll with a small and a five. So us being able to execute in that situation, particularly with Mike and Rudy, that was one of the area. I thought Simon's got some clean looks there in the third quarter. They all did, really. I thought that was the one time where we kind of let up a little bit. And particularly when a team's down, they're going to shoot those shots with, a lot of confidence. But, by and large, Mike had another one of those games where he's going to get a call one of these days. I keep saying he's never got a technical foul, so he's like the one guy in the league, if he says something to you, you can believe him. So.
Is Joe's presence in the starting lineup helping with the spacing and the ball movement?
I think Joe's presence in the game is what's important. I mean, Joe has, whether it's the 10-minute mark or the 3-minute mark or the end of the game, the way that Joe's been playing has been really good. He's just got a good feel, and particularly when teams are blitzing us with his size, he's able to make an initial pass, and he's got a good feel for when to get off it and when to attack. And the other thing he's been doing, he's been using ball fakes, so it's hard to know where he's going to go. But I would hope that his presence in the starting lineup, I can't start 7, 8. I'd love to start 9 guys with our team. Maybe that would be the answer, and we'd, beat everybody. But that's not the way it is. So that's, for this group, that's the unique thing. It's just figuring out how to connect and play together regardless of whether you're starting, finishing, coming in at the 7-minute mark, the 4-minute mark. And we've got to have all those different lineups function, and they all function a little differently. So in Joe's case, tonight especially because of who we were playing and the way we played, he was terrific.
When you have spacing like that, it looked like the spacing, particularly tonight, was just really good.
Yeah, I think sometimes the way a team plays you helps you space. I think that's the case with Toronto. They're helping so much in the lane that you have to be and you have to get off the ball early, and if you don't, you turn it over. And this was one of those games where guys are spread out higher so that there's an angle on the pass. And, you know, that's something that we've got to – there's a difference between, you know, that matters. And that attention to detail for our group is really important. And I think where it shows up is, you know, we'll take Joe, for example, how many times he just caught it and shot it. You know, Rudy Gay had the same thing. You know, those guys, Boyan. If they're doing that, it usually means they've thought enough to space properly. They've got a little more room to take the shot, and because they've thought to space, they're ready to make a play. And Rudy Gay, to me, was a great example. You know, I thought his threes were great looks, and then he also had 2 times where he caught it and made a quick decision and ripped it, and, you know, got fouled once and then got to the rim once. So that's what we want to see. Okay.